Serena Williams, a name that transcends sports. A global icon, celebrated not only for her dominance on the tennis court, but also for her resilience, activism, and role as a cultural trailblazer. With 23 Grand Slam titles, countless accolades, and an unwavering commitment to breaking barriers, Serena stands as one of the greatest athletes in history. But her story isn't just about tennis. Beneath the trophies and applause lies a reality that she, like many black individuals, must confront: the pervasive shadow of racial profiling. Imagine being Serena Williams, the pinnacle of success, admired worldwide, yet still subjected to the suspicion and prejudice that plague everyday life for so many. Serena's encounters with racial profiling during routine traffic stops and at airports serve as stark reminders that fame and fortune don't shield anyone from systemic bias. Today, we're diving into the untold challenges Serena has faced, the resilience she's shown, and the change she's fought for. From being pulled over on quiet streets to invasive searches at airport security, Serena's story is one of grit and transformation. But before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We want to hear from you, so share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation about equity and justice. The streets of Palm Beach, Florida, were calm that evening, the setting sun casting a serene glow. Serena Williams, fresh off a charity event that raised substantial funds for underserved communities, leaned back in her SUV. Her phone buzzed with congratulatory messages, and for a moment, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. But that tranquility was shattered. In the rearview mirror, red and blue lights flashed, followed by the piercing wail of a siren. Serena glanced at her driver, who looked equally perplexed. The car slowed to the side of the road, and a police officer approached, his hand resting on his holster, a stance all too familiar to Serena. "License and registration," the officer barked. The driver complied without hesitation, his hands steady but his face tense. Serena, seated in the back, watched as the officer's gaze flicked between her and the driver, his eyes lingering on her, as if searching for something. "Is there a problem, officer?" Serena asked, her voice calm but resolute. "Routine stop," came the curt reply. For Serena, the term routine stop carried a heavy weight. It wasn't the first time she had heard it, and she knew, deep down, it wouldn't be the last. Minutes passed like hours, the tension in the air was palpable, the silence almost unbearable. Finally, the officer returned the documents with a quick, "Everything checks out," before walking away. As the SUV pulled back onto the road, Serena sighed and leaned back. "How many times do we have to prove we belong before it's enough?" she murmured to herself, her tone tinged with both frustration and sadness. Moments like these aren't just inconvenient, they're reminders. Reminders that no matter what I achieve, I'm still seen through a lens of prejudice. It's not just about me. It's about an entire community that faces this daily. The challenges didn't stop on the road. For Serena, traveling often brought another set of hurdles. Airports, where security and bias frequently collide, became a recurring battleground. One particularly egregious incident occurred at Los Angeles International Airport LAX. It was late at night, and Serena, exhausted from a long day of filming a commercial, was eager to get home. She joined the dwindling TSA line, only to be singled out for a random search. While other passengers breezed through, Serena was subjected to an invasive pat-down. Her carry-on items were meticulously examined, from her tennis racket to her shoes, with a level of scrutiny that felt anything but random. "This is standard procedure," one TSA agent muttered, avoiding eye contact. Serena, maintaining her composure, replied calmly but firmly, It seems like this standard procedure applies to me more often than others. Her words weren't confrontational. They were an assertion of truth, a truth that resonated with countless individuals who face similar biases while traveling. Her post ignited a wave of support and outrage. Fans flooded her timeline with messages, sharing their own stories of racial profiling at airports. Hashtags like #FlyingWhileBlack and #StopTheBias trended for days, turning her personal experience into a rallying cry for systemic change. For Serena, these incidents were more than personal affronts. They were symptoms of a larger societal problem, and she was determined to address it. In interviews, Serena spoke candidly about her experiences. These moments remind me that no matter how much I achieve, there's always a reminder that I'm seen differently. But instead of letting it hold me back, I channel it into action. I have a platform, and I intend to use it. She partnered with organizations like the NAACP and ACLU, advocating for reforms in law enforcement and airport security practices. Through her Equal Treatment, Equal Respect campaign, Serena pushed for implicit bias training and policy changes to reduce instances of racial profiling. But Serena didn't stop there. Through her foundation, she launched scholarships for young black women pursuing careers in criminal justice and law enforcement. Her goal was clear: to diversify the institutions that often perpetuate bias. I don't speak out just for me. I speak out for everyone who doesn't have a platform, who doesn't have the means to demand better. The public rallied behind Serena, social media erupted with support, and fellow athletes and celebrities amplified her message. LeBron James tweeted, "If Serena Williams can't escape this treatment, what hope is there for others? We need change, and we need it now." Prominent figures like Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey joined the conversation, using their platforms to highlight the broader implications of racial profiling. The pressure forced institutions to respond. The TSA announced an internal review of their screening procedures, and some police departments began implementing bias training programs. While these steps were small, they were a testament to the power of Serena's advocacy. Despite the challenges, Serena remained undeterred. Her resilience became a beacon of hope for others. She continued to use her platform to amplify marginalized voices, championing equity and justice both on and off the court. Through her charitable work, Serena extended her reach even further. She funded mentorship programs for young black athletes, ensuring they had the support and resources needed to navigate a world that often doubted their potential. Visual montage: Serena mentoring young athletes, attending community events, and advocating for change. Narration: Serena Williams has shown that even in the face of systemic bias, progress is possible. Her story isn't just one of struggle, it's one of transformation. As the episode concludes, the camera pans to Serena, standing tall and resolute. Her voice carries a message of hope. Change starts with courage, with refusing to stay silent in the face of injustice. And together, we can make a difference. Serena Williams isn't just a tennis legend, she's a force for equity and justice. Her story reminds us that even in a world riddled with bias, resilience can spark transformation. It's a lesson for us all now. We want to hear from you. What do you think of Serena's story? Have you experienced or witnessed racial profiling? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories about resilience and activism.